out of this house carrying a cardboard box as well as several bags from the second story of the property out here. They were processing the scene there and could be seen taking notes on a table there.
When you look at Floyd Mayweather, it was like, bro, did you budget? Yeah, you got big injections, but the big payments also went out. Why you got so many?
Yeah, so many of
like I'm talking about from money, cars, clothes.
Yeah, you know it.
And the things that's next to the road.
Yeah.
But everybody got a ticket.
Some might say he's not going broke, he just wants to push off paying back the IRS, but I think this next document is a smoking gun. This is the collection appeal request Floyd sent to the IRS on why he couldn't pay. The explanation he sent was, need more time to gather the funds to pay in full. This is the IRS about to start seizing his assets. This isn't a personal loan. Why in the world, if he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, why doesn't he just pay the couple $1 million so he...
Floyd Mayweather is facing major financial pressure after U.S. tax authorities reportedly placed a $7.3 million tax lien against him. The authorities could potentially go after some of his valuable assets, including his Las Vegas mansion and extensive luxury car collection.
We'll take that car.
The Internal Revenue Service has reportedly placed a $7.3 million tax lien against Floyd Mayweather over unpaid taxes linked to 2018 and 2023. According to Business Insider, the notice was filed in Las Vegas last month, with records showing the balance remained outstanding as of March 26th. The development has once again raised questions about Mayweather's financial management. Throughout his career, the retired boxing superstar has earned hundreds of millions through fights, endorsements, and business ventures. Floyd Mayweather also gave Stephen A. Smith a tour of his Las Vegas mansion, providing a first-hand look at the boxer's extravagant lifestyle. During the tour, Mayweather showcased a massive luxury car collection featuring Rolls-Royces, Ferraris, Bentleys, and Bugattis, with some vehicles valued at millions of dollars.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, you know, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these
I
toys?
haven't seen these.
No.
What? Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York.
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of 15 to 20.
The mansion itself was equally extravagant, featuring an indoor pool and spa, marble interiors, multiple elevators, a massive designer-filled closet packed with Louboutin shoes and Birkin bags, along with expensive artwork and elaborate outdoor spaces. Mayweather also showcased his taste for luxury watches and jewelry. The property was designed to reflect his wealth and success, making the mansion more than just a home. It became another symbol of the lavish lifestyle behind Mayweather's famous money nickname.
Oh Lord, this is your closet?
Yeah.
I see the money team hats, along with various others.
Yeah.
Do you even know how many outfits you have?
I wear the same clothes, but I got a ton of clothes, but.
You're not overly concerned about clothes. I mean, you're gonna be suited down when you need to be suited and booted, but for the most part.
Well, today, I got on this today. Today's
I'm not talking about today.
Oh, today's just a chill day. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Today is like, okay, I ain't really got nothing, but you know what I'm saying? I do got a Patek Philippe on my wrist.
Okay.
I think this watch probably costs $100,000 with no diamonds.
The financial scrutiny surrounding Floyd Mayweather continues to intensify. According to this post, Mayweather is reportedly facing another lawsuit for allegedly failing to pay $15,000 for private jet services. just days after being hit with a $330,000 unpaid rent lawsuit and a reported $7.3 million IRS tax debt. These allegations have added even more attention to Mayweather's recent financial troubles. Reports about Floyd Mayweather's finances have also raised questions about whether his extravagant lifestyle is as sustainable as it appears. He reportedly lost $8 million on a mansion, paid $54 million toward loans, faced foreclosure on another property, sold his private jet, and owes the IRS $7.3 million. Logan Paul has also claimed that Mayweather still owes him $1.2 million. Former NFL MVP Cam Newton says he hopes these reports are not true.
Pick that type of lifestyle, brother.
Yeah.
It just gives people the thought to say, man, must be nice.
Must be nice.
But what, it'll be a thing if that runs out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're writing bad checks and you're portraying this lavish lifestyle from private jets, PJs, and one of the most dumbest things that I seen, but I admired it. I was like, yo, you know what car or what area Floyd was in because of the color of his car. Did you ever peep that, Peggy?
What color was
See,
his
all
car?
his cars was either white or black, depending on where it was. In Vegas, all his cars were a certain color. In Miami, all his cars were a certain color. The same fleet that we need to start getting them receipts and taking it back to the people to say, hey, I got 16 Rolls Royces. I got the 06, 07, 08, 09, 010, 011, 012.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the same car. Why do you
need that?
Anybody who knows luxury, brother, could tell you that's the price of paying luxury. Because how many versions of the Range Rover have you?
Despite the financial concerns, Mayweather continues to showcase expensive cars, including new Rolls-Royce models and other luxury vehicles. Critics argue that these purchases may be more about flaunting wealth and maintaining his money image than reflecting genuine financial stability. The contrast between his lavish displays and reported debts continues to attract significant attention.
He got it including the IRS because he nearly owes them $7.3 million in a federal tax lien. So it's like he had it for you to owe $7.3 million. You had to have it.
That means you in taxes.
In taxes.
We was looking at them checks.
Yeah, we was. We was.
I mean, he went from Pretty Boy Floyd, Money Mayweather, to Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Okay.
Because when you look at the reports of all the top grossing pay-per-view participants in the history of pay-per-view, he on there.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
In that Mount Rushmore.
So I'm trying to tell you, it's not even a trick. But how did...
Speculation surrounding Floyd's finances intensified after Spencer Cornelia discussed claims that the boxer was allegedly using his luxury watches and jewelry as collateral for loans. According to Cornelia, messages from August 2025 allegedly indicated that Mayweather's watches were being grouped as security for loans. He claimed some of the watches had been returned after the balances were reduced, while others were reportedly still being used as collateral.
Tried to take advantage of Jonah by bringing lawsuits against him as a way to extort him. And finally, Floyd writes, I appreciate you taking the time to read this letter, Your Honor. I would just ask that you consider my personal testimony that Jonah Recknitz is a good person. He claimed that he didn't know about Jonah's past in the complaint, yet he wrote that letter in support of Jonah, showing he clearly knew about the litigation in New York, so it doesn't seem to add up. Many have speculated that Mayweather is coming out of retirement for a rematch with Pacquiao because he needs the money. Yes, this is why. Around August 2025, Floyd needed cash money, so he decided to start pawning his jewelry. Here's a text on August 25th, 2025 of Jonas sending Floyd an image of his watch and the word loan below. That represents that watch as being within the group that was being pawned. Here's the second image sent on that day. The top image is a collection of watches that were grouped together for a November loan and that many have been returned after the balance was paid down. Here's the next message of another collection of watches that were used for a loan. The image on the left is an exhibit Floyd included in the complaint. Within this list are 4 of the watches you see in the text message on the right that were included in the group of watches that were pawned. This indicates he continued continues to lie about not knowing that his watches were getting pawned for a loan to fund his lifestyle. What was told to me is that Floyd was running out of money. Now, obviously, his broke is a lot different than broke for me and you, but at this time he needed money, so he decided to pawn $13 million from his watch collection. He does have his own jet and has flown private for a couple decades, and he has an extensive exotic car collection. But what has been shared with me is that his lifestyle is so expensive that he constantly needs to take out loans.
Cornelia further alleged that Mayweather had pawned around $13 million worth of watches to generate cash. He emphasized that Mayweather's definition of being broke would be very different from that of an average person, but argued that the boxer's expensive lifestyle could require him to continually borrow against his assets. Mayweather has built a reputation around luxury cars, private jets, watches, and jewelry. These claims therefore raise questions about whether some of his extravagant displays reflect genuine wealth or assets being leveraged to sustain his lifestyle.
After he began pawning, he texted his pawn shop lender asking about the balance he owes so Jonah knows what the number is. Jonah, as Floyd's manager and the one who handles all the financial transactions, is the one who ensures that all the loans are paid off. The lender responds $1.85 million in checks, $10.8 million in jewelry, and $1.47 million in fees, and he mentions needing another $360,000 by Friday so the fees don't keep adding up. Floyd received the $13 million for pawning watches in his supposed $100 million watch collection. Jonah shared with me that people pay up to 3% per month, which is why the fees were so high. That loan was almost paid in full. If you reread Joel's message, it makes sense. Joel says, "I have recouped everything and hasn't had to sell any pieces. All that remains is another $360,000 so Floyd doesn't have to pay any more fees." In case you aren't following, Joel can sell the watches that were pawned if Floyd doesn't pay the $13 million back. But he didn't need to sell watches because he was paid back and made $1.5 million in fees. In the complaint, Floyd discusses pawning his $100 million jewelry collection with the words, "to be pledged or placed in the possession of Joel, a Miami jewelry dealer." The amount received was around $13 million. A substantial portion of the pledged jewelry remains in the possession of Joel and Modi, and no accounting has been provided.
Back in July 2017, Floyd Mayweather was reportedly facing more than $30 million in unpaid taxes owed to the IRS. At the time, claims circulated that his return to boxing against Conor McGregor was partly motivated by the need to settle those financial obligations rather than simply silence his Irish rival. McGregor even used the situation to mock Mayweather's finances, suggesting that the undefeated champion needed the fight more than he did. McGregor famously taunted, "He needs me more than I need him," adding that Mayweather was wearing a tracksuit and could not even afford a suit anymore. The comments added extra tension to an already highly publicized fight and became part of the buildup. However, Mayweather had earned enormous sums throughout his boxing career, with Forbes previously estimating his career earnings at around $700 million by 2016. He also invested heavily in real estate, including a reported $600 million rental portfolio purchase. Although the exact structure and ownership behind some of these deals have faced scrutiny, that makes the current financial concerns especially striking. If Mayweather had consistently managed his fortune conservatively, the reported tax debts and financial pressures might look very different. Instead, maintaining an extremely expensive lifestyle filled with luxury cars, watches, properties, and other assets can create enormous ongoing costs. Spending vast amounts simply to display wealth may eventually become difficult to sustain, especially without regular boxing paydays. The issue is not how much Mayweather earned, but how effectively that wealth was preserved.
Throw my guess out there for fun. I don't think it's going to be anywhere close to the 18% that 601 was claiming on their website. I think his return is going to look a little bit more like if he were to put his money into a REIT. Like for a simple example, if we look at Realty Income Corp, this is one of the most popular REITs around. They hold over 15,000 commercial properties in their portfolio, spread out over 90 different industries, and these guys pay a monthly dividend of about 5.5% if you invest your money with them. I'm sure 601 is giving Floyd a better return on his investment than Realty Income would give you or I, but it's generally the same concept as what I'm thinking, which means that if you put $100 million into this fund, he's probably making something like $600,000 per month on his investment. Next story, this one is definitely a change of pace. Floyd has now decided to invest a chunk of his money in the famous Versace mansion.
The new filing becomes even more significant when viewed alongside Mayweather's recent financial history. Business Insider reported in late 2025 that Mayweather had sold his private jet, as well as mansions in Miami and Beverly Hills. Other assets, including residential properties and his Las Vegas strip club, were reportedly used as collateral for debt owed to financier Don Hankey. 2 condos at Trump Las Vegas residences were also briefly seized over unpaid property taxes before being returned after the taxes were paid. Despite these financial pressures, Mayweather continued maintaining an extravagant lifestyle, spending heavily on luxury cars, watches, jewelry, and other high-end purchases. The contrast raises questions about his financial decisions, as he appeared willing to continue showcasing wealth even while facing debts, legal disputes, and other financial obligations. Floyd Mayweather's purchase of the iconic Versace mansion may look like another extravagant move designed to showcase his wealth, but there could be more behind the decision. The property operates as a luxury hotel, meaning it can potentially generate income rather than simply serve as a private residence. At the same time, owning such a famous property gives Mayweather a prestigious trophy asset and a connection to the Versace brand, which reportedly fits his taste for luxury fashion. The purchase therefore appears to combine investment potential with personal prestige. However, when viewed alongside Mayweather's other major spending and reported financial pressures, the deal adds to the impression of someone who enjoys displaying wealth on an enormous scale.
Current owners, the Nakesh family, and someone else named Eli Gindi, to acquire a large stake in the home. He's taken the majority of Gindi's interests for an undisclosed price, and all Floyd had to say about this deal is that he feels blessed to be a part of such an important piece of real estate. Since we have basically no context on his motives here, I'm just gonna do my best to put my spin on why he probably made this move. First, this home will probably spit off some cash flow for him because it is functioning like a hotel at this point. So he's kind of buying into a hotel with this one. Plus, the fact that it's the Versace mansion tells us that it will probably continue to appreciate pretty good over time. Second, this is just one of those trophy properties. Like, this is the type of house that you buy to have in your portfolio just because it makes you feel good and it gives you kind of something to brag about. And last, I don't really know anything about fashion, obviously, but Floyd wears a lot of...
With Mayweather's financial situation facing renewed scrutiny, his interest in high-profile exhibition fights has attracted even more attention. A potential rematch with Manny Pacquiao has been discussed for years, but the fight has not been finalized and has faced delays, leaving its future uncertain. For critics such as Luke Thomas, Mayweather's continued interest in lucrative fights raises questions about his motivation. After earning enormous sums throughout his career, Mayweather may not need another fight purely for financial survival. However, the reported debts, legal disputes, and expensive lifestyle have fueled speculation that money could be a major factor.
Was much bigger. And then after the fight, Floyd had said explicitly, I'm not really going to do, I need to know what my limits are here. I'm not really going to go back to doing professional stuff, because during that week he was like, oh, I'd fight McGregor again and blah, blah, blah. He kept doing the exhibition thing. Well, now he's going back to the professional side. So let's talk about it. Why is this fight happening? I actually feel like the explanation is basically threefold, with some of that being really...
Mayweather's attempts to secure another fight were not limited to a potential Manny Pacquiao rematch. Khabib Nurmagomedov's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, also claimed that Mayweather repeatedly wanted a fight with Khabib, while suggesting financial problems were behind the interest. Abdelaziz said, Floyd Mayweather to this day keeps begging to fight Khabib. Floyd's running out of money. He added that people were reaching out to him every week about a potential Mayweather-Khabib fight, but said they were not interested for the time being. The comments added another layer to the speculation surrounding Mayweather's finances and his desire to pursue lucrative crossover events after retiring from professional boxing. While the claims remain Abdelaziz's characterization, they contributed to the broader narrative surrounding Mayweather's financial situation. A Pacquiao rematch would offer an enormous payday while allowing Mayweather to capitalize on their previous rivalry. Until the fight is officially confirmed, however, claims about his exact motivation remain speculation. Still, the timing has fueled the narrative that financial pressure could be influencing Mayweather's desire to return.
Been pretty unambiguous. He is in a lot of debt, and despite the fact that he made over $1 billion during the course of his career, and by the way, did that without sponsors, by and large, without sponsors, is a remarkable achievement. I don't know what he's done with his money, but he doesn't have much more of it. He's now literally doing, I've seen liquor sales, and he's a known teetotaler, which is kind of a strange turn unless you recognize the guy has money issues. The same is true for Pacquiao. Pacquiao had money issues during the latter portion, frankly, of his active run, where he had tax problems, and so where he was competing was, at certain points, he would go to places that had like low tax thresholds just so he could hold on to more of his purse. So his situation is certainly one of these as well. These guys need money, and I don't know what the purse is going to be for Netflix. I suspect it will be substantial, but let's just be honest about it. Reason number one, they're broke. Reason number two, to me, I don't have much to say on this because I have not figured it out, but there's just a lot of...
That's all for today's video.